Philippine government imposed one of the world's strictest lockdowns.
Total COVID-19 cases in the Philippines now nearing 242,000.
607 dyan ang bagong report.
Na-quarantine na ang karamihan sa kanila at binibigyan sila ng pagkain ng lokal na pamahalaan. Nagsasagawa na rin ng contact tracing sa mga posible nilang nakasalamuha.
We have to usher in the new normal. Tayo ho ang manguna, no, sa pag-i-introduce nito.
As of August 2021, Isabela City, Basilan has 764 positive cases with 19 recorded deaths. But as Isabela's spirit endures, from the 100-mark rise in its total active cases in the recent months brought about by the COVID-19 surge, active cases has dropped to only 2 cases, bringing in a total of almost 764 recoveries for Isabela City. How is this possible? This is through the continuous notable interventions of the local government in partnership with all leading government and non-government agencies in the entire region. Collective efforts of local authorities paved the way for the establishment of the Zamboanga-Basilan Medical Alliance to capacitate local hospitals for severe and critical COVID-19 cases. The creation of this medical health alliance, composed of medical specialists, is a move that will entail inter-island collaborative framework to treat and care for COVID-19 patients across the spectrum of severity. A memorandum of agreement was also signed for the use of high-flow oxygen cannula devices procured by the local government. This high-end medical equipment aims to help capacitate the city's local health system, especially in the treatment of COVID-19 patients, particularly those with severe or critical symptoms. Isabela City also opened its new COVID-19 isolation facility located at Sumagdang Barangay with 55-bed capacity, catering to patients afflicted with COVID-19. At least 38 barangay isolation units or BIUs has already been established to accommodate patients with COVID-19. And just in time for the city's quick and improved health response, the city government has procured 1 sea ambulance and 1 search and rescue asset, ready for medical emergencies like inter-island patient transport. Strengthened information drive as against COVID-19 and vaccination FAQs is also being conducted by the local forces of the city government with the help of the City Information and Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Offices. Just this April, Isabela City established its Isabela City Bayonet Officers, a group composed of information officers in the grassroots and the very first in Zamboanga Peninsula. IEC materials are distributed by barangay information officers along with free face masks for health protocol violators. Intensified information campaign on the government's demand generation efforts is also being implemented through information sessions and COVID-19 vaccination forum for city's vulnerable sectors. from dim streets at night brought about by strict COVID-19 community quarantine restrictions, now Isabela City has slowly opened some parts of its local economy through post-COVID-19 new normal programs and activities as a way to bounce back from the millions of pesos revenue worth of economic loss during this pandemic. This paved the way to the launching and opening of the James Strong Boulevard, along with the Isabela City's night food market and the Sadlufon Sunset Boat Tours that actually made moving headlines both in traditional and social media. Small businesses also has started to bounce back as the city government, in partnership with the Department of Labor and Employment, awarded 40 Nego cards to Boulevard displaced vendors. The city government also continues to initiate and provide jobs and job placement services amid the COVID-19 crisis.
Kasi gusto natin talagang ma-implement at magawa ko talaga dito ano yung pupunan mo.
More than 200 individuals, composed of women, out-of-school youth, OFW returnees, persons with disability, and child laborer beneficiaries, graduated from the Gender and Development Livelihood and Technical Training Program conducted by the city government through the Public Employment Service Office in partnership with the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority Regional Office 9 and Department of Labor and Employment. Trainees are moved to join in entrepreneurial engagements such as the Happy Sabida competition, which can hone their learned technical skills to create sustainable livelihood and enhance employability for every Isabeleños, especially the marginalized sector. Just this August, Happy Isabela Business Investment and Development Academy was launched with the theme Discover, Evolve, Innovate, Business Opportunities in the New Normal. Happy Sabida 2021, or the Happy Isabela Business Idea and Development Awards, aim to recognize creative and innovative products and services of Isabela entrepreneurs using available local, indigenous, or recycled materials. This competition also wished to develop an entrepreneurial culture among Isabeleños and promote and develop a sense of nationalism among Isabeleños through product or service development. Livelihood and skills training are also being provided to ensure that no one should be left behind during this pandemic. Infrastructure support projects are also in place as an economic and tourism reboost for a happy and bouncing happy Isabela.
Of course, the different infrastructure projects implemented for economic development, yung atin hong slaughterhouse renovation at Sumagdang Barangay, yung repair of old public market at Market Site Barangay, yung rehab and renovation of old public market, tatlo po yan sa ating public market. No? Ang isa, ang sinasabi nilang cyber zone of Isabela City, anytime soon ho ay magbubukas na. Ang construction of stalls at West Terminal, ang repair rehab of wet public market at Campurna Zone 1, ang repair rehab of East and West Terminal at Mensi Barangay and Sunrise Barangay. Gusto rin ho nating banggitin ang Congressional and DPWH infrastructure projects in Isabela City, sa national government, sa DPWH at sa Office of Deputy Speaker Mujib Hataman for facilitating these different infrastructure projects. Yun hong construction of multipurpose building sa Aguada, 10 million. Construction of multipurpose building, Isabela City, 20 million. Construction of another multipurpose center, 20 million. Construction of multipurpose building at Binuangan, 3 million. Construction of multipurpose building center at Basilan State College, 5 million. Concreting of roads East Side, 20 million. Concreting of roads Barangay Lanote to Calvario, 30 million. Construction of multipurpose building at Barangay Panigayan, 5 million. Construction of multipurpose building at Barangay Santa Barbara, 3 million. Construction of multipurpose building at Barangay Lanote, Isabela City, 3,500,000. So, inshallah, very soon ay magamit na ng ating mga mamamayan.
This is Isabela City and our Paghilom stories.